ChaChaChilla situation. I need to stop calling her Cha-Cha because people are gonna think I'm talking about the bomb VTuber. And it's just another Menhera. Okay, so how it started, it got deleted, so we only have the archive from this. But it's ChaChaChilla making this call-out post saying, I tried to talk to Flork about one of his talents having a habit of calling people inferior and how that can seem to disable people. However, he blocked me and said not to bring up my personal issues with his talents. I believe calling somebody inferior is demeaning as it's historically used context. @FreeVT called us that. If you support Sock's VTuber agency, aka SVA, this is what you're supporting. And it turns out this was this super like out of context clip that she tried to start trouble, and it backfired on her horribly. So Flork then responds and he says, yes, I did snap at you in DMs because you were told not to contact me anymore prior to this. Lucia's team investigated the first piece of evidence you showed them regarding @free, and it was not even them speaking. This is the video included. Their team there gave you the statement on what was happening. It was roleplay in a Minecraft faction roleplay, and I will wholeheartedly back my talent that they did no wrong, especially in a 4-second out of context clip you originally showed. And then he has a clip here.
Treating guys. Guys, they're like, yeah, what's happening with that?
They're a little smaller.
Dude, now it's gonna oh my god, hard. Yeah, it's true, I never treating guys.
Wait, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, what's happening with that?
They're a little smaller.
Oh, their brain.
Dude, now it's gonna oh my god, hard.
Okay, she says their brains are a little smaller. And then after that, Yomi posts, oh hey, it's the person who kept following me around all of Off-Guy after I told them to stop and had to warn security over her. The person who was overstepping my boundaries and touching my arm in comfort over and over when I told them not to touch me, and spoke at me like I was less than them, saying I was so brave for going to Off-Guy as a trans person rather than talking to me like a normal person. You don't get to play the victim when you've hurt and disrespected so many people, and many know about your PL and the terrible things you've done there too. All I can do is wish you find the help you need. Step away from the internet, find professional help, and breathe. Maybe the world will be brighter for you one day where you don't find a need to validate your existence by trying to bring down others. There's HR-chan here saying that she can confirm that she followed Yomi around. Yomi clung to me for a bit during that time. For what I can imagine was either protection or just some comfort, but even I was put off by ChaChaChilla then. I fucking love you, Yomi. Then there's more stuff that gets under. It's crazy how we've seen this happen so many times. Somebody tries to do a dogshit call-out post, and by doing this, they open up Pandora's box because they attract all of this negative attention on them. And then everybody's like, hold on, I know who you are, and I know who you used to be, and you're terrible. So Apollo tweets then, girl, sit down, you literally blackmailed me last year. I can't even go to cons normally because of you. That's crazy. Mew responds, the more I found out about her, the more upset I get. She's affected so many good people. I'm so sorry, Apollo. Yomi's like, you've been so strong holding it this long. I appreciate all we've talked about as you helped me understand a lot too well before it's got any worse. You faced a lot, and finally the vindication you've deserved for so long is here. Love you, girl. So then Apollo makes another post with a lot more context, saying, let me give you more context. ChaChaChilla TTV, aka Bunny Alisu, so suddenly we got one of her PLs being unnerved. I was nice, respectful, and tried to be a friend at the time. I wanted you to get help. You harassed me and my friends and so many other for years. You have doxed, IRL faces and names, bullied, spread lies, and got blacklisted from Mythos for good reason. I gave them a 10+ page Google document. When we didn't give you what you wanted, you did revenge porn. Every single time I had something awesome happen to me, you got butthurt with my success early on. You shared it everywhere and people saw that side of me. You took my power, and just 2 days before TwitchCon, where I wanted to see people for the first time, my first event, I had to listen to so many people saying they are on my side and that they saw it. I didn't want to hear that, I didn't want that. But you didn't stop there. You kept harassing me for months on end because I wasn't flinching in public. You had to make videos, accounts, and spreading it all over Mythos. I didn't feel safe anymore. I was so overwhelmed I couldn't even stream properly because of you. I lost a lot of things and it harmed me. Proud of Apollo for stepping up, but unfortunately it doesn't stop here. This is only the beginning. And there's Miyu. So Miyu writes, just in case this gets turned on me because this is me in the clip shown here. I was making an ironic joke about my own character because I was the dummy in a room of smart people, as she started off as a wilder before switching to the scientists. In no way would I call anyone OOC small-brained. I think it means out of character, small-brained. I'm generally sad people took things said in a fictional scenario. Personally, I thought we were all just having fun. You were all having fun. It's just the schizo decided to take it personally because she wanted to start trouble. Also, good luck accusing the girl with chronic illness, autoimmune disorders, history of cancer, AUDHD, bitch, that she's a bleist, because that's truly asinine. I know you didn't care who said this, you only wanted to hurt my friends, and I won't stand for that. That is true, what she said here. She doesn't care who said this, she only wanted to hurt people. Then there is this SVA staff member who also is backing up. Well, he's given the timeline of event for like her ticket. So Nikita here writes, I'm the staff member who personally handled ChaCha's ticket regarding this matter. I feel it's important to clarify the timeline and the facts of our investigation for the public record. Initial contact. This issue began when ChaCha posted a call out in the public Wilders faction Discord channel tagging @free. I removed that post to de-escalate public tension and immediately reached out to ChaCha privately to explain that public callouts can create a hostile environment. Protocol. I directed her to open an official ticket so the admin team could review the issue properly and fairly. We went back to the ticket she opened before and continued the conversation there. The investigations. Upon reviewing the original evidence provided in the ticket prior to her public post, we found no evidence of malicious behavior or targeted harassment towards ChaCha. Misidentification. Crucially, the individual speaking in the evidence provided for review is not ad-free. So that should settle it right there. But no, she wanted to keep going. Event context. This was a 3-day Minecraft faction PvP event featuring 3 distinct factions, Wilders, Military, and Scientist. Intense in character, banter, and trash talk between factions are common expectations of the roleplay genre rather than malicious attacks. All 3 factions engage in this behavior as part of the competitive atmosphere throughout the 3 days. And if someone ever took it too far and turned it into hate speech or targeting specific individuals, staff would reprimand said individual and remove them from the server. As for the roleplay context, in the clip, the specific comments in the clip regarding small brains were made by the player in the video who, like ad-free, was playing a wilder gone scientist. The player involved confirmed this intent, stating, I quite literally was making fun of myself because I started as a wilder, so I was the small brain in the room. Admission of widespread usage. In private DMs prior to the ticket investigation, ChaCha stated, lots of people have been calling us inferior. This admission confirmed she was aware the term was being used broadly by the opposing faction against the wilder group as a whole. Terminology. ChaCha alleged that ad-free used the word inferior. We found no evidence of ad-free using this term towards her. However, regarding the term itself, inferior is a standard adjective meaning lower in rank, status, or quality. In the context of a competitive PvP faction war, this is standard terminology used to denote an opposing team's skill or ranking. In the ticket, ChaCha explicitly rejected the validity of roleplay context, entirely asking, are you saying calling people's inferior is okay if it's roleplay? Well, yes, it is. It is okay. If it's roleplay. Sorry. May I ask, was it reference of faction RP? Resolution. I informed ChaCha that while we take reports seriously, we could not find a violation of server rules based on the evidence provided. Transparency. I explicitly stated we would not stop her from going public if she felt she needed to, as we believe in open communication. Current conduct. While we respect the right to voice concerns, we definitely do not support the targeted behavior currently being exhibited. Inconclusive and manipulated footage, the public accusations rely on highly zoomed in, chaotic 3-second snippet. In this clip, multiple conversations overlap and the visual is obscured. Ad-free's character is not visible in the scene because we cannot see who is speaking, and the audio is chaotic. It is factually impossible to verify if ad-free is the speaker. Attributing a specific voice to her in this chaos is a massive stretch and does not constitute valid evidence. Audio context. Even if one strains to isolate the faint background voice in this chaotic clip, the phrase audible is, they are inferior, we're just better. This phrasing explicitly links the term inferior to a competitive comparison of skill and faction strength. Uttering this sentiment privately among teammates is standard moral building, not a targeted slur. However, again, we cannot verify it was Adfree who said this. Retroactive evidence hunting. In her messages to Flork, ChaCha admitted, "I'm going to hunt down the clips." This statement, made after the accusation was leveled, suggests the conclusion that Adfree was guilty and was formed before any evidence was actually found. This explains why the eventual proof was a misidentified clip of a different person. I believe I saw some screenshots going around where I think it was her and Flork DMing, and I think that night Flork felt like she was going to post something, so he stayed up. She did tell me she had drama with Lori and Locke and her other PL and got cancelled from that as well. Yeah, later on in this segment, people start calling out her other PL as well. Unprofessional escalation. ChaCha claims she contacted the SVA agency owner Flork and he did nothing. This is a misrepresentation. The screenshot of that conversation shows Flork enforcing a standard professional boundaries, refusing to allow a personal conflict where one party has blocked the other to be escalated into management harassment. Flork directed her to respect the block, that matter is settled, rather than validating her attempt to bypass it. Art tag misuse. Furthermore, the misuse of Adfree's dedicated art tags to spread these accusations is inappropriate. Art tags are safe spaces for community creativity and should not be polluted with call-out. We stand definitely by our investigation. It's unacceptable that a situation defined by manipulated evidence and misidentification has escalated to the point where independent event staff must intervene to correct the public record. We expect all participants to adhere to professional standards and we will not validate the use of misinformation to target community members of external agency leadership. Honestly, she's crazy. Okay, this is the ticket. We're taking your report very seriously and reviewing the matter. Based on our current review, the language used appears to be in character role play, yada yada. She says, "I've decided I'm going public with this, and in order to avoid the VTuber who streamed it getting involved, I've zoomed in to not show them." And she ends up showing them. So what happens next? Everybody's kind of dunking on her, so she decides to do an apology. So that's one scratch on the bingo card. "I feel so empty. I lost everything, and I really have nobody to blame but myself." Well, you are right about that one, ChaCha. "I will say I genuinely thought using inferior was bad, but when everybody disagrees with you, it's time to take a step back and reevaluate. I'm not perfect and I make mistakes. I will say I saw Apollo's post and I never doxed anybody nor did revenge porn. That's going too far. Please provide evidence. I'm taking a step back from the internet." Okay, that's another scratch on the bingo card. I'm taking a step back from the internet, but keeps on tweeting. "I feel like I just need to delve deeper into therapy about my impulsiveness and my sadness that turns into anger. I made a very impulsive mistake last night, so this is the last time I'll have access to my phone for a while. I don't know when or if I'll be back. I'm sorry that I caused drama and sorry to those I hurt." And this person here, D-Sync, responds, "You never apologize to Addie or Flork. You're trying to dodge responsibility for what you did to Apollo and to Yomi. This isn't nearly enough and you're just doing this for damage control." And she responds, "I will say that I did say Yomi was brave for showing her face without a mask, but not for being trans. I can't take responsibility for things I didn't do." She says Yomi was lying, basically. I can't, she says Yomi was lying, basically. I don't believe her. "As for the lack of apology towards Adfree and Flork, they've told me they want nothing to do with me and I'm respecting that." So you're calling Yomi a liar. "If she was truly uncomfortable with me, she wouldn't have VIP'd me on her channel, VIP'd me on her channel after Offkai and said it was so great meeting me. I'm experiencing a lot of new things and just kind of lost in all. First big con, I'm sorry." "Oh no, you're fine. It's okay, I've barely seen the con. Lots of SVA stuff to do. That's fair. Are you leaving tonight or tomorrow?" "Super early tomorrow. Bed in a few hours since it's like 3 a.m. "My god, fair. So happy we met." I mean, Yomi is just nice to everybody. If she creeped her out, she would still be cordial with her. Yeah, Apollo accused Chilla of blackmailing her and it's crazy. But then, she does another thing on the Menhera bingo card. She says she's heading off to the hospital soon and won't have access to her phone. Okay, sent at 12:36 p.m. And since nobody believed her, it has 1 million views. At 12:50 p.m., so like 15 minutes later, she already posted a photo of her in a hospital gown at the hospital. Like she's hooked up and everything, in the bed, dressed, all of that. In 15 minutes. I want to know which hospital she's going to because that's a record time. Oh, Yomi! Girl literally sending me this when I'm on a flight. I needed time to think it over. I was literally on the flight home trying to sort my feelings. Also, she was un-VIP'd. Wrong order. There you go. See, I knew it. I knew she was lying. I know this isn't like you. And also, may I add that when somebody creeps you out, it's not everybody's response. Like, most people's response is, I'm not gonna try to anger them further because they're scary. Like, you just want to be left alone. Yeah, like 2 days after it all happened, victims need time to process feelings and I had multiple witnesses. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, so the thing with this hospital thing, it started a bunch of different theories. Some people thought it was AI generated. Then some other idiots made some AI photos to prove that it was AI generated, and that wasn't the case. But then turns out that it's just not her photo, and she slapped this emoji on top of somebody else's photo. And people figured out about it because if you look closely, you can see that some of her hair is speaking out and it's pink. And people who have met her have said that she has brown hair. She's literally so stupid. It's actually crazy. Hold up. So then, the thing with all of these dramas is that they could end faster, but these crazy girls, they just keep on doubling and tripling down, making it worse and worse and worse. Like, pirate software behavior. So Ava here says, as someone who has had multiple hospital visits recently, this is really fucked up to use someone else's photo, slap an emoji on it, and claim it is yourself. Lying about being in the hospital after getting called out for your bad behavior for sympathy point is disgusting. Bro, what? That's not even them? Nope. Oh, they found the original. Oh no, this photo is AI edited to remove the emoji. It is evident by a strange shape of monitor on the right. Okay, this is the AI photo that I was talking about. But anyway, it's then to prove that this is her. Whoever made that AI photo was dumb. That's you're diluting the topic. You're making people confused. You don't need to make stuff up when it comes to these kind of lolcows, because they out themselves on their own. Like, they lie so much that they can't keep track of their lies. So then there was a bunch of speculations. You know, she says here, this picture is not her. She doesn't have pink dyed hair. Her hair is a natural brown, dark blonde mix. Seen what she looked like in Zentrea's off-guy stream, where she heavily self-promoted herself to the point that both Zen and our fave monarch got uncomfortable. This is a fake pic. For anyone doubting my words, this is her a month ago, still short blonde brownish hair, taken from her own media tab. And then some people started pointing out, okay, these are wigs and stuff. But hold on, there's more. She posts another photo of herself. So, to prove that she's the girl, because now she's gotta keep up with her own lies. She lied about her being in the hospital with the pink hair, so now she's gotta double down again. So she posts this photo of her with pink hair, although I feel like it's a few shades lighter than in the photo. Oh, it's here. Also, yes, I have pink hair and the brown hair is a wig. So she's saying that her brown hair was a wig and her real hair is pink. And then she posts this to prove that people know for sure. So she writes her name on a post-it and she writes a date, but the date was not the date where this happened or yesterday's date. Like, it was none of the dates that could correlate with when was this happening, right? And then she decided to double down and say, because the event happened on November 20 or November 19. So she tried to double down. Instead of saying that it's 119, she kept on saying that it's like, no, it's written November 19. I just have bad handwriting. She's saying it was supposed to be an 1119. Chat, what does this number look like for you? Yeah, what is even this date? Is it like January 1st of 2009? Did somebody try to Google reverse this photo? That's some bullshit. Yeah, 119 means nothing. It's not even a date. Yeah, so now she's trying to pretend that she wrote 1119. It's fucking wild. This is clearly 119. But the thing is, she really fucks up again. Because throughout all of this, she's doubling down and shit. She's writing things like, I'm aware there are many allegations circulating about me. I take all of these accusations seriously, and I'm fully prepared to address each and every one of them. To ensure accuracy and transparency, I ask that anyone making a claim reply to this post with the specific dates, times, and details of the events they're referring to. Once that information is provided, I'll respond to each allegation directly, thoroughly, with screenshots and evidence. If those making the accusation choose not to provide this information, I will take the refusal as a lack of willingness to prove their claim. In that case, I will be including the unverified allegations and any related conduct in upcoming legal proceedings so the matter can be handled appropriately. It's got 85 comments and 39 likes. And then this person comes up with receipts because ChaChaChilla fucked up and she was doubling down in the Discord. She's still behaving the same way in her Discord too. So let's take a look at this. I had barely any personal interactions with ChaChaChilla in the past. However, I followed the drama and was still in her Discord when she suddenly came back from her supposed hospital stay and began damage control. I was extremely skeptical but willing to at least hear her out as I believe in hearing both sides of the story. She posted a photo of herself with pink hair and a bear sticker. Asked for one thing, that she posts the same photo, but with at least a piece of paper showing her name, as it could literally have been any pink-haired girl. For me, the main thing wasn't seeing that she had pink hair or some sort of her name in the photo. I wanted to see it match that first one she took within a reasonable short amount of time to prove she wasn't just bullshitting again. Instead of doing that, she made several excuses, called me mean, made it about her disability instead. Okay, that's gotta go on the bingo card. Instead realized that one of her defenders says it was a shocker that I'm autistic, ironic considering her issue started with her accusing someone of being ableist without admonishing them for it. I generally didn't care, but I found it telling she didn't react to it. I don't really have a personal stake in this drama. I interact with anyone who was affected by it and wasn't planning to share. Okay, she says she doesn't interact with anyone who was affected by it and wasn't planning to share this. If I wasn't banned merely for not immediately believing her, but seeing how she is now asking people to help her fund a lawyer. Oh yeah, because she does that. She does that too. She deleted the tweet, but it was up for a while. She was asking people to fund her lawyer fees. She's crazy. Shameless behavior. Absolute fatherless behavior. To make it clear, I understand how POTS works and wasn't the one to really bring up how the first photo was while standing. My point was that she should take them in the same place and the same lighting, and if she did think it was significantly enough of a difference to stand versus sit, then she did it shortly before to take the original photo, and it shouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that she could again. As a former photographer, I don't think standing would have been necessary to get the same lighting in this situation. So this is her pose. Also, yes, I have pink hair and the brown hair is a wig. Not looking forward to Twitter tearing this apart. You need to show a piece of paper with your name handwritten or something. It's not 100% proof, but pretty good. I was gonna say hold up a piece of paper with the date and time with something so people know it's you. Because this could be any pink-haired girl. And make sure it's the same lighting as the one that was now. ChaChaChilla says you can't reverse image search it. It's me. She says it doesn't matter. I mean, people have literally been known to buy photos on like Fiverr and stuff that you can't reverse search to. It doesn't matter. It could be a pink-haired friend. That too. That is true. I was going to suggest that as well. Something identifiable for you up to and including your Twitter handle on a piece of paper that is handwritten and not printed out. Unfortunately, as they're saying, people will find any and all excuse to assume it's fake. So I have a pink-haired friend. I got to send me a hospital pics and a selfie right now. It's kind of dumb. Who knows? Probably. If this is you and you just took it, it'd be incredibly easy to write a piece of paper and take a pic again. She's right. How you're going about all of this is dumb. Let's stop pointing fingers now. But you don't have to convince us. You have taken it upon yourself to convince Twitter. I have to find a piece of paper. I don't usually keep paper around me. Unfortunately, I have to think like the average Twitter idiot that requires as much proof as possible before they believe anything. I mean, it's pretty basic internet prove it's you, show on head and all of that. Otherwise, it could literally be anyone, just not something they posted on a site that gets indexed by a reverse search. Yeah, no, she's right. They'll just claim the paper is AI, people won't accept anything. Best option, probably just let everything rest for now. It'll blow over in a week, so I can guarantee it if you just leave it be. Well, she did not follow this advice. At that point, you don't bother with those people. A timestamp should be more than enough. Facts. But yeah, I'm still in the opinion that she should pull away for a long time. Honestly, 2 different pics in the same area lighting with the second holding the paper and being within like half an hour is pretty good proof. Maybe a video of her talking. Delay or different location lighting will be more sus. That would be good too. I'm not saying it isn't good proof. I'm just saying that people on Twitter who are looking for drama are going to find flaws in everything, so there's no real winning with them. That'd be up to whether she's able to properly censor a vid, I suppose. Which is not difficult. Never gonna win 100%, but with such a serious accusation, it's worth it to the ones who would listen. True. Yeah, it's super easy in CapCut. This is the mentality you should take. A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of the sheep. Yeah, I'm sure she's a lion. We're the sheep, guys. Good luck with that. ChaCha can edit videos. I mean, she did in the recent drama. That'd be a rebrand for sure. Thanks to everybody, by the way, that has stuck here and listened to what I have to say. I've seen VTubers who doxed people and made death threats and rebranded, came back within the same year and have been completely forgotten what they did. Yeah, but she skipped taking a break. That's a different game. Those ones tend to just ignore and not address anything at all, which is kind of late here to do that. So where's the new pic? I like this person. So she's sending this new pic. Oh my god, this person is calling out her 119. ChaCha says, no, 1119. I know my handwriting is bad, but damn. Bro, is she fucking stupid? She's gotta be stupid. What's with the date and different hair shade, lol? This is so funny. This idiot is like, okay, I believe it. Sheeps. Same hair, different lighting. That's why I said it should be the same room lighting too. It's a very different shade from the first pic. And different shirt. Oh, good point. She changed shirt that fast. Yeah, I wore a dress earlier because my aunt came over, but I changed into a t-shirt. Let me take another photo. And she posted both of them side by side. One of them looks darker. Christ's sake, man. Okay, I'm taking another photo. What's imageflip.com? True! Remember how I said if you kept going, you'd make things worse? Okay, maybe I shouldn't then. I don't know, man. It's how you can edit two photos together? Do it in the same room as the first one. You need the lighting to match. Yeah, just searching an easy college maker to put it side by side. Oh, okay, that's imageflip.com is like the to put them side by side. Just leave it for tonight. There's no winning against a mindless horde of Twitter. I don't see why I have to go this far. I mean, it's now or never for me personally. It's an easy retake if it's true. Yeah, it's true, because if she waits till tomorrow, then she'll be like, oh, I have another shirt. There's different lighting. I'm not in the hospital anymore. And then there's no proof. If you really think you must, one more. I can't stop you. If I were in the room, I'd be breaking your phone, but I'm not. You keep having me retake it. I'm 50-50 split on hair color shade. If not or delay, personally, I don't believe it. You said that last time when we're retake. You didn't follow the first instructions. She's like, what the fuck? I'm getting mad about this. And getting mad about this is a bad look. And then she says, then you are obviously not a friend. What do you mean? She's telling her exactly what to do to prove that this is her. Literally, she literally told her what to do. Just ChaCha can't do it. Because she's lying. Because you're doubting me when I'm showing proof and making me take more and more photos. I feel like you're trolling me. Woman, you need to listen. The people here are generally trying to help. A friend, is anyone still here willing to listen to reasonable proof, not to ignore things that don't match up, especially when she's gonna post it on Twitter. Yo, that person is so reasonable. Follow the instructions we gave and you'd only have to take one. Changing shirts and lighting isn't going to work when you're being accused of stealing photos. I thought the lighting would be the same because it's the same room. ChaCha, stop typing. But I'll take another photo with the same shirt, Jesus Christ. Just stand in the same outfit and same spot you took the first one. It's literally not that hard. Don't Jesus Christ us, lass. Especially if you just took it. Okay, this is so funny, chat. Okay, so now she's like, I don't like standing a lot. I stood for one photo quickly and started feeling dizzy. So the emote reaction here is highlighted. So existential bread is the one that did it. The one doing the dog. That's funny. The pushback and gaslighting about us making you take multiple pics is making it less believable. This person also responds, come on now. Then she says, you do realize I have a heart condition that makes me faint when I stand for long periods? I can show you the tilt table test. No. Okay, I gave up. You are a liar. Then just take a photo sitting down. Okay, let me get the tilt table test. Sorry, it went this way for you. I tried. Don't bother. They're obviously trolling you and trying to make it worse. Yo, this vampire person is a fucking yes man. No, just take the pic. Do not. True. Trying to strawman shit again. No, they're right. Just take the fucking pic. Instead, she's gonna try to, show other proof. Show other fake proof. You just accused me of lying about it. I do believe she's disabled. I'm going to prove you I'm not. No one was accusing you of lying. It's just not the focus right now. Then she's showing this thing. She can stand up for 2 seconds if she did the first time or wheel into the same spot. True, for the love of God. Nobody is asking for this. Nobody is saying you aren't disabled. See above. You accuse me of lying about being disabled. We're saying you're making irrelevant excuses because you're full of shit, so you can't do the basic proof. Prove it. Because that never happened. She says, okay, I give up, you're a liar. Replying to me about being disabled. Dude, she's strawmanning the fuck out of this. She replied to her, okay, I give up, you're a liar, because she refused to take the photo. Give up getting you to prove the pic. You're literally doing the same thing you got in trouble in the first place. At the risk of repeating myself, no one was accusing you of lying. It's just not the focus right now. All you're proving is that you haven't changed. I'm willing to take photos sitting. I feel dizzy right now, so I don't want to stand. Just give them the photo, then stop talking to them. They're rage baiting you. You can do whatever you did for the first photo. Either take the photo or don't. I feel dizzy. You do not understand. Brett, you're stirring stuff up. Just stop for tonight. It's only making everything worse. Nobody is asking for anything more than what you did already. Yep, this checks out for someone with heart conditions. So she might actually have heart conditions. If I stand, I might faint. Why are you not getting this? They told her she could be sitting for the photo too. You can take it sitting down. Why are you not paying attention to people trying to help? Calm down, don't crash out. One, then how'd you take the first one 30 minutes ago? Two, you can literally do it sitting down. I stood and after felt dizzy. It's postural. When I stand, I'm more prone to faint. Then sit your ass down. Do not for someone with heart conditions to stand for longer than they're comfortable with. I could lead to fainting and drop in blood pressure, which could turn into a major issue. I'm sitting. Brett is telling me to stand. Because she did on Twitter. She's switching the argument to being about disability when she's called lying. Prove it. I wasn't the one who said to stand in the first place. And she's screenshotting she can stand for 2 seconds. She did the first time. And he's responding, then how'd you take the first one standing up 30 minutes ago? If she did it the first time, you tell me it was a one-time miracle? So you just don't understand heart conditions. Look up POTS, lol. The fact you won't even do it sitting down is sus as hell. You can literally do it sitting down. Direct quote from Brett. Honestly, just ban the people causing you stress and you can post the images on Twitter. Since you have a heart condition, this is most definitely not helping with your blood pressure. I literally work in the medical field, Brett is saying. I will do it sitting down. I'll post the SS if she does, TBH. I'm telling you, I won't do it standing up. Thank you, finally. No one cares. Shut up and take the picture or don't. Then you're obviously here just to cause problems for her. Good job outing yourself. It should not be this difficult. Then this is the photo of ChaCha. No, I'm not. I'm just not going to blindly believe something that isn't proof when she has very severe allegations against her. I said if banned because of this. I'm sitting down and I took it. Are you happy? Looks like it's clear to me. Why would you want to add fuel to the fire then? Good, now stop, you're done. Log off and plug your router and take a break. Am I missing the paper? What the fuck, you didn't say that. Causing a person with autism extra stress and then being angry that they're not able to do exactly what you want. And yep, that's definitely the same person, same hand, same hair, same shirt. Paper does not matter. You're just being a dick to be a dick at this point, just stop. Because what she's being accused of is extremely serious. I'm willing to believe her on the picture purely because it won't change anything in the grand scheme of all the other drama. Why are you being so mean to me? Just ban them. I am aware I am autistic. Shocker. What an odd thing to say. Then you, of all people, should know that autism is a spectrum that handles stress very poorly in many situations. I have a small request. And then she replies, obliest. I believe you. Aren't you the one who said not to throw that word around? That's the joke, she responds. Stick says log off and take a break. It's not a joke, it's what's causing the problem to begin with. They are a do as I say, not as I do kind of person. They're talking about Brett right now. Brett says the joke is the fact that her defenders are not doing what she was accusing others of in the first place, and she's not saying anything against it. It is highly relevant. Vampire's like, can you not see she's in the middle of a crisis right now? Anything that's adding to that is not helping. She's not in a mind space to deal with 500 different fires at once. It's one fire and 499 of her own making trying to distract from the actual issues, but okay. Then they're telling her not to engage. The fact that Chaa hasn't banned them is kind of unbelievable to me. Literally all I said was take a pic in the same location, same lighting, holding the paper to show it's her. Not my fault if she takes 70 photos of not that. True. She's saying she can't take the same picture because she can't stand up, if I understand correctly. She said doing so would require to stand up and she felt lightheaded at the moment because of you ding-dongs, mind you. So she couldn't. I'm sure she will when she feels better. Y'all are the ones who don't care about her if you think encouraging her posting anything but that to Twitter will end up well for her. True. I assume with a condition like her, she has a wheelchair. I wasn't there to help her have the best chance of posting something that would prove the naysayers wrong. Instead, she tried to strawman and gaslight what was being asked for, made many excuses, didn't provide it, and ignored her defenders actually being ableist to me, which was her original complaint that started all of this. Does Chaa even write anything else after that? That's all the photos. This is a table formatting from the original result. Was not including. Tilt table study. Female. I don't know what this means. Syncope, shortness of breath, palpitation, chronic fatigue. The patient was brought into the non-invasive cardiac laboratory and was placed on the tilt table in the supine position. Okay, I don't know what this means, but this is the other photo. So there's more stuff. Like, after that, everybody starts coming out with their own stories and their own experience with her. Sometimes with her past persona, Bunny Alisu. So she says here, Ava, I can back you up because, I have her admitting to baiting. She's talking about suicide baiting. I did something bad a month ago, which is why I left. It didn't involve you. What did you do? Or Liz, I did attempt suicide, but it did not involve you or anybody else for that matter, unless you count my mom. Damn. And I did suicide bait. I regret it. You guys know how I feel about suicide baiting. It makes, when somebody does a real cry for help, it makes it more likely that people will doubt them. And it's really awful. Yeah, she's alting right now. I just couldn't believe it either when this person sent me the screenshot. Bunny got upset and threatened to out us as bullies when this got leaked out months ago. This is another identity of her that gets revealed called Nia Cherise. You don't know when to quit, do you? 3 years ago, before she was ChaChaChilla, before she was Bunny Alisu, she was Nia Cherise. She tried to cancel me on my birthday subathon when I was being vulnerable to her privately, and she twisted my insecurities to try and scare me out of the VTubing space. She also tried to drive a wedge between me and one of my best friends while screwing them out of hundreds of dollars. Seeing you do all of this and worse to so many other people makes me fucking sick. 3 years later, you haven't changed a bit. Fuck off and never come back. She's getting called out by a VTuber named Coco. So Coco here writes, this is also the second time you've claimed you're going to the hospital after stirring up shit with people and having to handle the consequences of your own actions. Sorry, but I don't buy it. You've lost any sort of benefit of the doubt. I hope you grow and change. Honestly, chat, I think we're at the point where we're gonna have to start giving more doubt than the benefit to people. More callouts. There's a few more to get through. I had a run-in with ChaChaChilla in the past where she actively accused me of removing her on Discord for still being involved with the man that essayed her without any proof whatsoever. He was my previous manager that I personally spoke out about on Twitter. I warned friends and had her back completely when everything occurred. I simply removed her on Discord as she was super weird towards me and very forceful about a friendship that was non-existent, but she went fully crazy and made a Twitter call-out post. Can we just ban some people from the internet? Her post is absolutely BS. She's trying to save face, and she never properly apologized to me either after deleting her post. Let's see. FroggyHoppin/Missy, you can vague tweet about me if you want, but you really did block me everywhere suddenly without warning. What was I to do? This is your reaction to getting blocked everywhere? You make a call-out post? Bro, people are allowed to block you. So this was the Froggy post asking friends as to why I removed you, not blocked. Might I add, isn't okay. Saying I blocked you everywhere to get them to message me, asking why is crossing boundaries. Removing someone because they kept asking me for favors as the only times that message was just gross emoji. Just leave me alone. It had nothing to do with recent events. Okay, this is the post. She didn't take my warning as a sign to leave me alone. I'm going to take this a step further. Making these kinds of posts about me simply removing you shows you had malicious intent when DMing friends about me. You were telling them as if this were fact. I supported you completely when everything had happened. The reasoning as to why I removed you, you only ever DM me when you needed wanting favors, and I found that distasteful. Spam DMing our mutual friends on Discord about me removing you for the reason you were connected to SA is disgusting and completely malicious. Don't bring something like this back up for traction on your socials, and please leave me alone. Guys, I'm too sober for this. I need alcohol. I feel like cutting somebody out of your life because they're a survivor of abuse, especially when you introduce them to said abuser, is just indecent. I think it's very unfortunate what some people will judge some people because of it. Oh, I get it. Okay, I get it now. Cha is a professional victim. She's one of those. professional victims. They should invent that job. There's a lot of them on Twitter. We've had the displeasure of knowing a few of them on Twitter recently. What is this? So I asked a licensed psychiatrist this. Would you say that outside of extreme scenarios that it's healthy to cut somebody out of your life without any warning or justification or closure? Let's say in an example, they had been friends for 6 months. What did the psychiatrist respond though? I'm sure she said, yes, it is. Then Flork, you know, steps in. He's such a cool guy. I love Flork. Oh, folks, where I deeply appreciate the support, the matter is done and over with now. There's no need to continue with it. Let's not tell someone to KYS. Let's lower the temperature. What done is done, and the matter is over. I wish it didn't get to that point, but it is what it is. I wouldn't wish anyone getting into a mental breaking point. I don't know what drove you to all of this. Get the help you need and move on. You can't keep doing this in public, getting backlash when people defend themselves and then get to this point. I forgive you for the events from yesterday, even though me or Adfree were not directly mentioned in your apology, but you need to really evaluate if this stuff is right for you. Good luck. It's the holidays. Let's focus on that. He's such a gracious guy. But, unfortunately, with these kind of events, the thing is, when you put something out there in the internet, it kind of just takes a mind of its own. You can't control the beast anymore. You just want an excuse to drink. Oh, you, Allegraza. So Juzo here also has something to add. He says, now knowing that you're Bunny, I got a lot to say. You stalk my friends. Dox them, spread misinformation, and play victim. Not to mention back at TwitchCon Vegas, you invited yourself to a friends-only dinner with my group, mix your meds with soju, and then say my friends abandoned you. They were nice enough to bring you back to your room despite barely any of us knowing you, and you have the audacity to once again try and make a fun event for everyone about yourself. I don't use the word parasite often, but I should use it more. Log off and seek help. For context, this is the person once known as Bunny Alisu. And Victoria also answers, and she says, I was there for that, and yes, it did happen, and spent the majority of the time in the car trying to pressure me to add her to Discord, and I told her no, lol. I remember hearing about that, and I'm so sorry you even had to deal with that, Vex. It's all good. I'm sorry you had to deal with it too, but I wanted you to know that I vouch for your statement because I was at that dinner with Zolan. Despite all of it, I still remember that dinner being really nice. But inviting yourself to someone else's friends-only dinner is crazy work. Sin City also calls them out to the piece of shit, aka ChaChaChilla, aka Bunny Alisu. Remember when you sexually harassed my fucking friend and lied about it after you deleted the evidence? Remember when you got banned from my friend's server and tried to blackmail them to be let back in? Remember when you made a fake suicide note and emailed it to others and then came back the next day and acted like nothing happened? Remember when you trauma dumped to me about shit I couldn't give two shits about? Your pathetic excuse of existence? I certainly remember. Rebranding ain't gonna save you. You've been a real scum fuck to my friends and in recent to me. Never come back. And then this VTuber named Sarah is kind of adding on her piece to what Nikita, the staff member from SVA who's handled ChaCha's ticket, was saying. So Sarah here says, nobody is entitled to another's person time. Noticing that somebody unadded on a Discord nearly immediately shows a level of uncomfortable observation if you don't speak to the person. ChaChaChilla literally messaged me constantly with little to no response. It was often to promote herself and her hard work, which was strange as we had hardly spoken. It's clear that she sticks to her morals, but she is very diligent about taking offense to anything and everything and outing it. Yeah, this is a pattern with her. She subtweeted me immediately after she realized I unadded her. I've heard from many that she has treated them with aggressiveness in response to things she has taken offense to quite often. I don't condone the idea of threats towards anybody. I do believe that taking accountability for your action is important though. And she's like, why'd you unfriend me on Discord? So Valkyria here starts this post with, oh, so this is where you've been hiding. This is the girl who crashed a dinner party a friend and I hosted back in TwitchCon Vegas. Never paid her part of the bill! No fucking way. Irresponsibly drank with strangers during the event, to which a good handful of the group brought her back to her hotel, only then to say we abandoned you because one of the men felt uncomfortable spending the night with you after you mixed your meds with alcohol. So this tracks with the other story. that we read before. Also followed my friend group for a whole day around the event out of nowhere. She does that a lot, following friend groups around or, you know, egging people on to add her on Discord. Got one of their IRL phone numbers somehow to harass them in sakes of clearing your name. Spread multiple rumors about majority of my friends as well as myself. Have sent lewd photos of yourself to me with zero consent, to which you have since deleted. Have tried self-inviting yourself to gaming lobbies I hosted with friends. Have harassed and stalked multiple people I cared about. You have doxed my friends. And sent me private messages from some of my friends out of context in trying to clear your name. I've had so many bridges burned because of you, but I will not tolerate you trying to blame your behavior on incredible people that have done nothing but to help you. I really don't like touching shit like this with a 10-feet pole, but you affected so many people I care about and can't even find it in yourself to take a crumb of accountability even after all of these years. Seek professional help, grow the fuck up, and leave people the fuck alone. By the way, 2 of the people that went with her were fucking medical professionals and she still said she was abandoned. I'ma be real, I didn't really think this was gonna pick up. It was mostly just me finally cracking and thinking I was getting to scream this into the void again. So I'm gonna mute this because anxiety go brr, but I hope whoever is reading this is having a good day. Also, if you haven't, go read Apollo Mito's tweet because they went through some fucked up shit by this person. I heard about this insanity after TwitchCon Vegas. It was the one and only TwitchCon I've traveled to and I had no idea it was you guys who had to deal with this. Good for you for airing this out, Vel. This person really needs some serious help. She deleted that blatant scam asking for lawyer money that was linked to her stream elements instead of something like a GoFundMe. Well, TBH, the GoFundMe money also can be like used for something else, I believe. For those that wanted me to specify, I plan on taking a polo to Kurt and suing her for slander and defamation. She has stated many false things about me with no evidence to back these claims up. Yeah, so this person responds, how are you going to serve them with the lawsuit? How are you going to pay for like 200 or 300 plus hours of a typical defamation case takes? It's just, at just 400 an hour, that's 80 to 120 grand on your own fees. How will you substantiate actual reputational damages? You're also forgetting the fact that slander and defamation case have an incredibly high standard. Not only would she have to prove malice, she'd have to prove reputational and financial damage did occur. That is true. It's crazy that she wants to sue Apollo. Ugh, she irks me so much for this. Apollo does respond to this. And she says, I'm not a very strong person, but I tried to be, so excuse me if I'm more off my element this week. I did a very big thing for myself, and it's a big risk, I know, but I'm happy I did it. P.S. No one is going to support your scam, ChaChaChilla, but if you do get any funds, please, please seek help. Oh, Rev is here. You did the right thing. Don't worry about that person. They're just trying to intimidate you. They have nothing on you. Yes, true. Yes, and she did do the right thing. And I hope Apollo doesn't take this too hard on herself because this is so fucked up, man. She's trying to twist your arm and bully you. We're not gonna let this happen. The community is not gonna stand for that. Everybody's rooting for Apollo right now. Yeah, it's all so performative on ChaChaChilla's part. So here's Trey, and he's a manager at Mythos as well, and he's coming out to defend... Well, he's QRTing the post where ChaChaChilla is saying that she's gonna sue Apollo, which got deleted as well. And he's saying, I would love to see you try to come after my talents again. Please do. I'm begging you. I still remember you trying to do a Google Doc last year on your PL, and everyone calls you out for being stupid. You deleted it multiple times. That kind of tracks. We were being nice and didn't drop a doc with actual evidence from multiple people, and that was my call, and I regret that decision because you hurt so many people since then. Yeah, sometimes with people like that, letting them go easy is not actually helping them. You just need to decisively like strike them down reputation, like in a reputational way. I can't speak right now. It's a metaphor. Obviously not physically, but just so they just leave. But then these people are so terminally online that they don't want to leave. It's kind of like Lumi Starbun. They're just gonna cling to the internet even though they could probably live a fulfilling life IRL if they wanted to. So anyway, Trey goes on to say, unlike you, I don't need help getting lawyers' fees. If you want to go that route, buckle up and log the fuck in then. It will be the last thing you do on the internet. No matter how many times you try to rebrand and start over, I will find you and call you out again. This isn't a threat. I don't make threats. I'm too nice for that stuff. I make promises. And I bet there's gonna be more. Like, I guarantee you this is not the end of it. Oh my god, man. The thing is, yes, she probably has some mental illness. You know, it's kind of sad when you think about it that way. But on the other hand, she's hurting so many people because of it that, like, I don't feel any sympathy for her at all. I don't feel any sympathy for her at all because she's just completely run out of good faith at this point. And she just keeps on going and she's not learning, she's not improving, she's not changing. Hey, you! Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button. And I'll see you in the next video.